Today is a follow-up on that conference, which is Conference 2.0. We all can attest and draw conclusion to the fact that Adura Aloba, though came on that day, but did not show us anything to prove he was impersonated. Nowhere. And of course, we allowed him and his mother, we gave them reasonable time, an opportunity to prove their points before the public and the whole world, as required by law. Yet, they wasted that opportunity to allow the world to hear them and to know about the sudden death of Mohbad. These were people that have first-hand information about how Mohbad died. They had opportunity. This is their son, this is their blood. But of course, we keep learning every day. When you see things like that, we continue to learn and say, is this the world, and is this what the world is all about? What exactly is the definition of family? But that, they couldn't prove to us that he was impersonated. And we could all see again today in court. The next thing is that they wanted to settle out of court. After 5-count charges, you claim somebody impersonated you, and suddenly you want to settle out. Because the funny thing is that I'm an actor. I never knew I'll be meeting special actors. Oh yeah, Oscar, to relocate to Nigeria. It is beyond doubt that at the said press briefing admitted he once owned the cell phone in possession of Damola Inde, and that both boys were brothers and close disciples of Mohbad, respectively. So it is not a case of stolen phone. This is not a case of stolen phone that was used to send a 30-second phone clip. Adura claimed to have sold the phone to the impersonator and forgot to log out of his TikTok account. At the press conference, he confirmed the late singer Mohbad, his fiancée Wunmi Cynthia Aloba, and one person. He refused to divulge the name or the identity of the third person that was in the video. And if the men of the Nigerian police in charge of the case act swiftly, professionally, and promptly, they will retrieve the full video with ease. The excuse that the video is in the phone with the prosecutor in the ongoing impersonation case in Ogba Magistrate Court, where Adura is surprisingly made the complainant, would not be a threat to our own request for investigation into the confession of violence and video evidence that may have led to the death of late Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba, which is radically different from the case of impersonating that is ongoing at Ogba Magistrate Court. It's most to be noted religiously that if Adura's iCloud is freshly installed in an iPhone, it will recover all images and documents on the phone with the investigating police officer, which of course will include the 12 minutes video in contention. So whatever it is that they're trying to do, the abracadabra, the family settlements meeting, come on, worry. The point is, if the police will do the due diligence, it's very simple. We can even help them with a new iPhone. Adura, don't worry, just sit down, get a new iPhone, install your iCloud, the video in that phone with the prosecutor in court, everything in that phone will transfer into the one, and then we'll get the truth and justice will be served. So, and if we'll be honest with ourselves, it is my express opinion that Lagos State Police Command appeared to have been compromised in this homicide case of Mohbad. We wrote petitions since December 12th, 2024, no action, no progress. However, despite repeated demands for action, flowing from the above, it becomes pertinent that the higher command within the Nigerian police force takes over this case and starts the investigation afresh and in most transparent manner. The public have lost trust and faith in the state criminal investigating department on this Mohbad's case they are handling, and that is the pure and honest truth. The trust is lost with the state CID, Lagos State Police Command. We cannot believe that they will get us the truth and justice in Mohbad's case, and that is why we are asking that the case should be taken away from them. And as a matter of fact, we have applied and we have written a petition towards that effect, that the case should be lifted away from them, and that is what we'll be expecting. There are reports on our foundation, the exact date and time that the police have failed to do. Unconfirmed reports and speculations already flying around is that Mohbad died on the 11th of September 2023 and not the 12th that was previously announced. And he was brought in dead, and rigor mortis had already set in for someone rushed to 2 hospitals within 10 to 30 minutes of his house respectively. And this is it. What we are getting as feelers, because we swung into action as a human rights organization, we were able to cooperate and work with the police at some point. We decided to keep it low profile, and we were able to get a series of court injunctions. It wasn't an easy task. We started in December with the help of our solicitors, and we were able to move fast. Of course, the police, like I said, they are working well. It's just a department that we are not comfortable with, and we got injunction to enter into the crime scene, where the crime and the event actually was domiciled, where Mohbad actually passed. You all can see I posted a video, and you saw what we were able to bring out in terms of the CCTV. There are so many other things that were detected, and the police are working on. And it's quite unfortunate that, again, from what we are getting, we just want a very concrete evidence that will be established, which is coming very soon, that Mohbad actually passed on the 11th. And then picture it yourself. Has it gotten to that state for us in this country as a nation? How many of us would want either our son, daughter, or ourselves to actually, be killed by whoever, and then they keep your body somewhere 2-3 days, and then the next thing they did is, let's package the body and let's fool the public. And the same people that are meant to be your blood are now screaming, help us, doctor, help us, when I'm already dead 3 days ago. I don't think I want to belong to that kind of a family. And that is what we have to resist as a nation, as youths, as students, as upright citizens. This is a serious pandemic. If we allow this to pass, if the public fail in this part, there will be a serious problem. And certainly, this clearly tells us that the DVR may have been uprooted by those in the house with him when he passed. Furthermore, getting Mohbad's iCloud log in will equally solve the mystery, as the CCTV images will still be sitting in his archive. These are elementary things the police ought to know and done as part of the investigation. In the light of the above, the Nigerian police within 2 weeks will have to prove one thing to this foundation and to the public, that they are either using the police institution. I need you to underline that. Within 2 weeks, the Nigerian police will have to prove to all of us that they are either using the police institution to aid and abet criminals in the toga of murderers, or the Nigerian police will be standing by the public who want justice, no matter the personality involved. They have few weeks to prove that to us. And there is no way we will fold our hands and allow a privileged few manipulate and use a noble but sacred institution like the Nigerian police to achieve their criminal ego and machinations. With this new lead of video evidence and reasonable witness, if within 14 days, the video from Adura and confession will not lead to decisive arrest and DPP's advice, with the trial dates fixed, we will take to the street, particularly at Freedom Square or Jota, and we will seek justice in the court of public opinion. We will draw conclusion that criminality-minded fellows are now in control of the Nigerian police, particularly Lagos State Command, and that the Lagos State government has no respect for the rule of law. Nigerian youths will not spare any individual, no matter how highly placed, if fingered in the syndicate trying to help the killers of Mohbad evade justice. Justice for Mohbad is non-negotiable. No retreat No surrender. And that is what we're going to be doing. If within days and weeks, we don't get the police to do their job, like I said, we have been interfacing with the right team in the Nigerian police. Nigerian police is under the exclusive list. It's being controlled by one command. One command, that is the federal headquarters in Abuja. But of course, this particular case of Mohbad, under the law and jurisdiction, is expected to be treated by the Lagos State Police Command, which of course, through this investigative department, the SCID. But of course, we are not satisfied. Just the way when you go to court and judges, they give you a judgment. If you're not satisfied, it is not arrogance. It is not because you are trying to be stubborn. If you think the case is not okay by you, it is your inalienable right, it's your fundamental right to seek redress in a higher court. But Nigerians, we need to speak to ourselves. Nigerian youth and students, you must know your right, stand by it and defend it. In this particular one, we are not okay with the way the state command is handling Mohbad's case. And I can tell you, if it goes on like this, Mohbad will not get justice, in spite of the various evidence that are available. And that is why we have been able to take a legal action by informing the higher authority in the police command that it should take over the case file from the Lagos State Police Command, so that it will be balanced. Because how do you want to explain this? In the case that is in Ogba Magistrate Court, I am supposed to be the complainant. But whatever it is, I don't know, they turned me to a witness. Adula became the complainant. In your own lifetime, and you are a youth, you are a student, and you think the future will wait for you and without you playing a role. If you want the future and this country to be useful for you, you need to play a part in making it a better society. It's not going to turn up good for anybody with magic. Citizens of every country, they see the country and the flag as a sacred thing that they need to put their life on, to say we need to sacrifice. It is not politicians that go to the moon for America. They are citizens like you. What role are you playing to make this country better if you want to benefit from this country? Justice is one of the core pillars of the Nigerian society. If justice is taken away from any society, whether military, democratic, monarchic, any kind of government, then that country is already going down the drain. It's nosediving. Justice belongs to you. And that is why I'm calling on everybody. Mohbad looked like he doesn't have a mother fighting for him. I'm calling on every mother in Nigeria. You can be his mother. He is on the morgue. He doesn't have to be your son before you fight for him. Stand up and fight for him. Mohbad looked like he doesn't have a sibling. Where are his siblings? Look at what is going on. Can you be his sibling for heaven's sake? Can you just come through for him? Be that person that has got a conscience. Mohbad looked like he doesn't have much friends, because he used to have friends when he was alive. Millions of people following him. How many people are fighting for justice for him? How many of his friends do we have now? Including those that he collaborated with his talent. But you can stand up for him. I'm appealing to you to stand up for him. That should be our identity as a country, as a nation. Let us stand up for him. And of course, he has a father standing for him. You can be the second father. And that is the way, and that is how I want us to be identified as a nation. A nation that stand up together and fight for themselves. We all are Nigerians. And together, we will heal this country and get our country back and working well. And Luta continua. Victory is certain. Justice for Mohbad, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
That was a good one from him in advance. That was a very powerful message from the different.
Thank you very much for that inspiring speech.
Good one.
Next item on the agenda, we'll have a question and answer. Because if you have a question, please come in and identify the issue of the
Sorry. TVC. Yeah, it is. And the for Mike, you want to be for the question and answer. So, DJ, get us the mic for people that wants to. We need a mic now. So please, if you want to ask your questions, If you are directing it to me, you can say me. If you are directing it to any of the lawyers here or the activists here, please feel free to say their names are in front of them. So don't say Mr. Alameda, we need a mic.
If you have a question, please, can I see your hand? Can I see your question? Sir, please, your name and your station.
All right, my name is Sheikh Gonzalo. I'm from The Punch. Okay, am I told? Yeah, right. My name is Sheikh Gonzalo.
I see on it. I see on mic.
Okay, so my name is Sheikh Gonzalo. I work with The Punch. Comrade, you said at the court earlier some things happened. Of course, many of us were not means at the court a few hours ago in full. Right. Just everything in vivid explanation.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. When it becomes a court matter, that is not mostly the work of we activists. Our legal counsel here is in the court, so he will brief you what happened in the court.
Not about the proceedings. You said it was drama.
Yeah, he will tell you. He will tell you the legal, so that you know it's a court of law. All right, sir. You can.
Yes. My name is H.K. Mohammed. I want to stand on the existing protocol because of time. I was in court today in respect of a criminal matter, but with the greatest surprise, my greatest surprise, when the matter came up, the defense counsel, that is lawyer to the defendant, the accused person, told the court that they are at the verge of settlement. And what this means is that they want to settle the matter out of court. So, but the complainant is requesting he's requesting the defendants to tender a public apology on social media. So their counsel is now saying that it will be prejudice to request for an apology through the social media because the matter is already in court. And you know when the matter is in court, nobody is allowed to debate or to talk anything about the matter of the court. That is elsewhere, either in the media or elsewhere. You are not allowed to debate the matter anywhere except in the court. So their counsel is now telling them that requesting public apology through the social media will defeat the essence of going to court because it will have already prejudiced the mind of court. But the court said it's not interested in tendering an apology or accepting an apology. Its own is to deal with the matter frontally. So that whatever settlement they have is an in-house arrangement within themselves and not to be brought to court. That what he's going to do is to give us a trial date. When settlement is able to scale through, all well and good. But when it fails, the matter will proceed to trial and the defendant will be made to face the music. Now, what we are surprised about is that our convener here wrote a petition in respect of the matter in court. He is supposed to be the complainant, but the police are answering the petition on behalf of the victim, on behalf of the suspect, the defendant in court now. That is not done in the civilian society. The person whose name appears in a petition is the one that is now answering for the suspect or the defendant. That's not done anywhere. So they are saying, okay, when the complainer was asking he was asking Aloba and Ahmed that how did the phone get to you? He said he bought the phone. So he wasn't even the one that said it. The police quickly hijacked the interrogation and answered on his behalf. that, okay, don't worry, he bought the phone. When he bought the phone, he forgot to delete the TikTok account.
To even sign out.
Or to even sign out. So that means they are already answering the interrogation on behalf of the person that the question was directed to. So that means there's a suspicion of compromise. And this is what we are saying, that the matter must be investigated independently and must be transparent. Justice must be done in this matter, and not to just be done, but must have been manifestly seen to have been done. But we want to assure the public that justice delayed is not justice denied. We will get to the root of this matter. All the culprits must be brought to book. That's our thing. Thank you so much.
Did that answer your question? All right.
Please, your name?
Oh, yeah. Please, the friends. Are you the one asking? Oh, yeah.
She's answering. Please, your name and motivation.
Sit down, sit down. Okay.
My name is Tawika Falabi. I write for Very Good Newspaper. I would beg for your pardon to allow me to ask you question. The language I'm representing, that's Yoruba language. Yeah, ìbéèrè kan sọ́dọ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni mi fábíyì. Ìgbà kan wà tí ẹ pariwo síta pé àwọn ọmọ nípa ẹni ẹgbẹ́ láti ìlúlẹ̀ nítorí àtidáàbòbò ẹ̀mí. Ṣé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni wọ́n fi ń lépa ẹ̀mí ni àbí lórí nǹkan mi? Láti bẹ́ẹ̀ náà pẹ̀lẹ́ kìí pé ẹ sọ pé tí ẹ kò bá rí ìdájọ́ lórí lọ́tọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí ẹ máa ṣe ìwọ́de tó máa lágbára tó máa wáyé ní Ọjọ́ta. Lẹ́yìn ìwọ́de yẹn tí ẹ bá rí ìdájọ́ òdodo kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn?
Shego Pupon, I will apologize that I have to respond to him in Yoruba first, then I will say it in English. Is that okay by us?
Yes.
So that I will, feed the stuff. First and foremost, while I was in the course of this struggle, nígbà tí mo wà lẹ́nu gbogbo wàhálà yìí, tí mo lọ sí àdúgbò Mohbad, ibi tí mo ti rìn ni mo ti ṣalábàápàdé àwọn ohun tó dàbẹ̀ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àsìkò tí Mohbad tó kú. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí inú tèmi ṣe rí, mo láti ṣe àlàyé kégbàjarè síta látàrí àwọn ohun tí èmi ti ní lọ́wọ́, torí pé gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ òǹgórí tá bá fẹ́ mú òótọ́ gangan bí ọjọ́ méjì sọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta ni, so kò sí àǹfààní àti mọ gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láti àárọ̀ kùtù dálẹ́. Àmọ́ níwọ̀n bá díẹ̀ tí ó ti bọ́ sí èmi ní etí, mo kégbàjarè síta. Àmọ́ nígbà tí àwọn tí ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ mọ̀ pé òótọ́ ni àwọn tèmi ń sọ jáde yẹn, wọ́n mọ̀ bóyá ṣé ni mo ti rí ni o, àbí wọ́n sọ fún mi ni o, àbí mo gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lójú ẹ̀, nítorí wọn ò máa pàbí tó jẹ́ pàápàá ó wá tún wá jẹ́ pé ohun tó ṣí ojú àwọn èèyàn sí apá bí tí ẹ̀rí tó fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ tó ṣe rán àwọn tí ó ṣe ìkà yìí tó ṣe rán wọn lẹ́wọ̀n, òun ni èmi ṣẹ̀ lọ yẹn. So nígbà tí wọ́n ń wá ọ̀nà àti mọ̀ pé ṣé lóòótọ́ ni ọmọ bóyá wà lọ́wọ́ mi ni o, bóyá báyìí ni o, ìdí tó fi lè rí pé mo tọ́ka sí pé bí báyìí ni kẹ lọ tẹ bá fẹ́ rí ohun tí mò ń sọ yẹn, tọ́dẹ̀ rí pé dájúdájú ẹni ìṣalábàápàdé nǹkankan àbórí nǹkankan àbófetí kọ̀ọ̀kan, mo kàn rí àpẹẹrẹ pé wọ́n fẹ́ gba ìlú mi. So mo ṣe rí àpẹẹrẹ yẹn, tọ́dẹ̀ mi jẹ́ pé láàrin ó kù bí wákàtí mẹ́rin kí n kàn lọ sínú lémi, wọ́n ti rò pé bí tí mo wà máa dá wà ní, torí new site ni mo kọ́ pé káwọn lọ bẹ̀ kọ́ ṣọṣẹ́, so that tó bá ti rí èmi palẹ́nu mọ́ irú ìjà tá à ń jà nírò èní kò ní ṣeé ṣe. Nígbà tí mi ìdẹ̀ tí ìmọ̀ bí tí gbogbo kíní ẹ̀ ti wá, gbogbo àwọn tí mo lè pè, ìgbà yẹn kò tiẹ̀ sí àǹfààní àti pé gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní intelligent community nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun, torí pé kò sí àsìkò tó kù fún mi ní méjì kọ̀ yẹra. Tí n bá dúró lórí fóònù pípẹ́ jù, òun lọ fi ń tíráàkì mi. So nígbà mo dẹ̀ ní mo láti gbọ́ síìmù yọ, kò sí bí mo ṣe lè pe àwọn èèyàn, mo láti kọ́kọ́ du ẹ̀mí mi tí bá wà níbi tó ti wà ókè, mo ṣẹlẹ̀ wá sọ ohun tí mo rí, ó dẹ̀ lójú yàn tí mo lè bá sọ. So wọ́n rò pé mo ti lè lọ tí mo fi lè ọkàn mi lè balẹ̀ tí mi ò ní wò pàkọ́ mi jù mo ní pé kí tètè tọkọ̀ létí tí bá wà mẹ́yẹn tí bá ti wá mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ta ló gangan ló fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí mi kí irú àwọn wo ló jẹ́ agbára wo ló ní táwọn yẹn náà àwọn tèmi náà mọ̀ tó já lágbára nu inú intelligent company sínú ayé tó bá lọ ṣèwádìí fún mi tó bá sọ àwọn báyìí ni àwọn náà ti wà lórí wọn ẹjọ́ ìtókù bá dé nígbà tí wọ́n ti pariwo ṣẹ́yìn ní lẹ́wù yẹn lọ́dẹ àwọn báyìí ni afurasí ṣùgbọ́n aláti mú wọn báyìí so wọ́n dẹ àwọn pápẹ́ tí wọ́n lẹ̀ ṣe máa bá mi kó sí ẹlẹ́dàá Mohbad àgẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó sí so wọ́n dẹ̀ ní padà máa lọlé máa wọ̀rí èmi àti fẹ̀mí mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní wàhálà mo láti mọ tó fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí mi torí àsìkò yẹn tó bá gbẹ̀mí mi ní níran pé tó ṣe nìyẹn wọ́n máa parọ́ pé wọ́n wá jalè nínú ilé mi wọ́n máa stage robbery sínú ilé mi ni wọ́n wá gbẹ̀mí mi wá ní kò ṣe torí activism so ó sì àtijọ́ wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ so ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn kọ́nà ọba kó máa ó yẹ kó ti yé yín náà ẹni gbogbo ọwọ́ tó ń gbé náà ẹni gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá à ń rí ẹ yẹ kí ti mọ̀ pé ejò wọn lọ́wọ́ lóbọ̀ Ọlọ́run jù wọn lọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì bẹ̀ ní títí ìwọ́de lákòókò náà mi ò kì í fẹ́ láti máa ṣèwọ́de mo máa ń nígbàgbọ́ pé àwọn tí a fi sí ipò ìjọba tó jẹ́ pé they are now in charge of our commonwealth ẹ̀tọ́ wọn ni láti fi ipò yẹn ṣe ohun tó lọ́tọ̀ àti tó tẹ̀lé òfin ẹ bá dẹ̀ wo gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ ni a ti gbé iléeṣẹ́ NGO kí ló pé yóò bá mi NGO ẹgbẹ́ ìjàfẹ́fẹ́ ni tí ó ṣe tìjọba iléeṣẹ́ wa tí ó ṣe tìjọba àti gbégbésẹ̀ lórí kéèsì àti ṣèwọ́de níwájú court tẹ́ bá wo dáadáa kò fẹ́ wọ́pọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà káwọn èèyàn lọ protest níwájú ilé ẹjọ́ so àṣeyẹn lórí kéèsì àti ṣèwọ́de lọ sí House of Assembly gbogbo yẹn quietly àfẹ́ da ìlú láàbù tó kọ́ lè rí pé kíní ń ká wa lára àti ṣe lọ káàkiri àti gbìyànjú àti ṣe press conference nísìn tọ́lọ́ gbogbo yẹn tí ó fi ń jọ pé ìgbésẹ̀ ò wá ọlọ́pàá ò sì gbésẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ nítorí ọní tí kú lé ò bá parí tòdí ò lè parí gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ẹbí àtàrà arákùnrin gbogbo ẹ̀rí tí ó yẹ kí ọlọ́pàá rí wọ́n kọ́ ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe kí ni wọ́n ti dàkàbò àwọn tó yẹ kó jẹ́ pé àwọn ló yẹ kó máa jẹ́ olùfisùn ẹ wò báyìí náà títí tí wọ́n fi gbé Mohbad wọnú lẹ̀ kò sí kankan nínú àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ àtọ̀rẹ́ ni o àti alábàáṣe ni o àti ìyàwó ni o tó lọ sí àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá lọ fẹjọ́ sùn pé ẹni báyìí o wọ́n ti gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ mọ́nú lé o torí pé lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ òun kórí tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ làwọn kan ń lépa ẹ̀ ní Mohbad ẹ wá gbé nọ́ọ̀sì tí ẹ mọ̀ rí tí ẹ mọ̀ lé iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ bí tó ń gbé ẹ pè ní ọjọ́ kìíní ẹni kò ráyè ó lóun pọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì irú nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ọjọ́ kejì ẹ wá ló gun lábẹ́rẹ́ orí abẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ bọ́ sí lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ òun kò rí tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tiẹ̀ náni pé ẹni yìí o èèyàn ni ẹ ti ẹ̀rọ orí tó ti ṣe fún yín sẹ́yìn ṣẹ́ni tí nọ́ọ̀sì tẹ kò wá tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ bí tó ti wá ẹ̀ nílò pé àbáwọn tó tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe kí ni wọ́n dá nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn lọ́nà pé báwa lọ gún ní ìkọ́ báyìí kí ló wà fà tí wọ́n sọ fọlọ́pàá so wọ́n ti gbé òkú yẹn ọ̀rẹ́dì wọ́n ti sin ọ̀rẹ́dì ọ̀ṣetọ́ àti sọ fọlọ́pàá ọ̀kan so nídìí èyí ìyẹn tún lè díẹ̀ fún ìjọba àti gbogbo ariwo tí ẹ̀yin NGO tẹ̀ ń pariwo yìí àwa ilé iṣẹ́ Lagos State àwa rẹ́dí àti gbẹ́jọ́ ìlọ court àmọ́ ẹ̀rí dà àìlẹ́rìí dà bàbá Mohbad ò sí mẹ́gbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kò lè dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹlẹ́rìí pé ó bá ló ṣẹlẹ̀ torí tó bá jẹ́ pé ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pẹ̀lú bó ṣe sọ pé òun fẹ́ mọ ogún tọkọ mọ ẹni tó bá tọ́ka sí ni ọlọ́pàá máa gbé ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ òun ni àdúrà ọmọ ìyàwó bàbá ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni ìyàwó àti ìrìbí tó ti sọ pé òun báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ òun tó sọ abẹ́rẹ́ nọ́ọ̀sì kẹ̀lẹ́ wọ́n ṣe ọkọ̀ wọn gbé lọ́lé ẹjọ́ ànàbí fi ń dá yín lójú tó bá ṣe ìwádìí yẹn parí dandan ẹ̀ rí i pé nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn òkú ló padà wá kò tọ́jú Mohbad láàyè wọ́n tẹ́kì fún wa ni. so lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ òkórí ṣé òun ta fẹ́ máa ṣe lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà nílé ẹni tó bá ti mọ̀ pé irú tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Mohbad yẹn o nígbà tó ti bí òun o ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó gbóhùn lọ àbí wọ́n ṣáláṣà ó fọwọ́ sẹ́ irú ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sóhun kó bọ́ta sọ pé Mohbad kò yẹ kó gba justice so tá a bá ti ṣe gbogbo eléyìí pẹ̀lú eléyìí tó wá ṣẹ̀wá jáde fún wa yìí pẹ̀lú fídíò yìí alàgbà kò sẹ́ni tó mú àdúrà ní pápá ẹlẹ́dàá Mohbad òkú ọ̀run ló dà láàmú tó ní lọ jẹ́wọ́ ó fúnra ẹ̀ kọ́ ni nígbà tó wá kọ́ kò sọ kó ṣe kó sọ ohun tójú ẹ̀rí nìkan ó ní àní ẹ̀rí tún wà tẹ́ bá fi mọ̀ pé nǹkan ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ wọ́n wá send fídíò 3 seconds ẹjọ́ ọlọ́pàá wá sọ fún wa pé lábẹ́ fídíò yìí o àwọn òní kankan táwọn lè mú jáde ń bẹ̀ mọ́ impossible ọlọ́pàá apá kan lè sọ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọlọ́pàá náà ló ṣe kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọlọ́pàá náà ló fẹ́ máa gbàgbọ́ de ẹni tó bá gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lórí ìlú yìí àbí ṣé ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà ń ta dá wọn lẹ̀ fún ni pé kọ́ máa dáàbò bo ẹni tó bá ń pa ẹ̀ ǹjọ́ tiẹ̀ bójú mu ṣọ́ṣe gbọ́ ìyẹn ló fà á jọ pé tí a bá ti rí ìgbésẹ̀ èmi o ọmọ Nàìjíríà ní mi kì í ṣe ẹrú ẹni tó bá jẹ́ ẹrú òun lè sọ àmọ́ mi ò kì í ṣe ẹrú lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà ohun tó bá ti lè mú tí ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà ò rí ìgbésẹ̀ gbé lórí eléyìí tó tún fẹ́ dáwọ́ wò pẹ̀lú àlùmọ̀rọ̀kọ́rọ̀ yìí dájúdájú kò sí tí wọn ní máa pa nípa ìfọwọ́fọṣúlù wa ìwọ tó bá bímọ ọkọ̀ bímọ lẹ́nu irú àwọn ọlọ́pàá báyìí wọn ní náà ní ẹ̀ kí ló dé táwa ní ṣe ìwọ́de gidi kó bá wa di ìwọ́de tó máa le jù kó tètè bá wa ṣe òun la ṣe sọ́lẹ̀ tàbá wa kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìwọ́de ilé oṣù ìwọ́de àṣẹlẹ̀pà lọ ìwọ́de ilé máa le ju ẹ́nsàsì lọ tó bá ń gbọ́kọ́gbọ́ tó bá mú èmi wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ mi ní o wọ́n tì mí mọ́lé ní o wọ́n pa mí ní o ẹ kọ̀ntínú èmi ò lè fíìlì pẹ́ẹ́nì kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ́ tí bá ti lọ ẹ̀yin tẹ bá wà tẹ bá ń fíìlì ẹni pẹ́ẹ́nì ẹ jẹ́ kí pẹ́ẹ́nì yẹn kẹ sọ ní pé òun tẹ fẹ́ gbára yín lọ́wọ́ àwọn amúnisìn kẹ kọ̀ntínú ẹ láti dìde ẹ láti jà torí ẹ nílùú mi o kò sí ìlú tẹ fẹ́ lọ ní àgbáyé second class citizen náà wà pé ìdí rèé tó yẹ pé lábẹ́ bó tilẹ̀ wò kórí wọ́n fẹ́ wọ́n kọ̀ wọ́n láti tọ pinpin torí àdúrà fún rẹ̀ ti sọ pé fídíò yẹn ó wà ó 12 minutes ni ó dẹ̀ wà lórí fóònù kejì ẹjọ́ kí ló tọ́lọ́pàá wá ṣe fún àwọn òfin rí kí ló tọ́lọ́pàá ṣe ní pé dandan tàbá wọ́ọ̀dì àwọn òtún ní dáwà lóhùn irú ọlọ́pàá àtijọba bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ṣetán àti parun torí bọ́lọ́pàá ṣe lágbára tó bí sójà ṣe lágbára tó olórí agbára ọwọ́ aláàbò ló wà àfi tí a bá mọ ipò wa tàbá ṣe ń ra wa bí ẹrú aláti fi ìfẹ́ ká fi sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ká jà fún ìlú wa torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa àtọ̀mọ́ wa ni. So I don't know if I should say that in English. Do I interpret that in English? I mean,
maybe somebody for those.
Okay, that would be okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Marisha Sadoa, aka Muslim Director. My question is by everybody. Moving Mohbad, last interest.
Wait, our legal question, my face, our lawyer. So I get legal question, me, she's lawyer, I can pass it. My guy says I can pass it, so I have a legal power.
Okay.
Good.
Last Congress, Mommy Mohbad, out of Wanga, she was like, for everybody, and Ìyàwó Mohbad, palẹ̀mọ́ gbogbo wọn. So, kí ló fẹ́ bring us the pain? And Ìyàwó Mohbad, ní ìgbà tí issue ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀, ìgbà tí bàbá Mohbad bọ́ síta, bàbá Mohbad sọ pé àwọn òun pé Ìyàwó Mohbad ní police report lọ́wọ́, kò tẹ̀ drop ẹ̀ fún wọn, làwọn fi lọ rush lọ sí àwọn yẹn. So, for the fact that only police report lọ́wọ́, kò tẹ̀ drop ẹ̀ fún bàbá ọkọ ẹ̀, tó fi pé ọlọ́ rush sí, ó yẹ kí ọgbẹ́ lórí bẹ̀rẹ̀. Because when you drop it, or for incident of the Ross Mohbad, that is it. And when the Mohbad survey pack in everybody, and also in police reports, no for 2 release the office, best I would go there. And with the real pay from Mohbad survey, everybody, or more reason right of survey.
Sorry, doctor reports, not police reports.
Sorry, doctor reports, sorry.
I think I understand that. Thank you so much for that question. Like I said, all this evidence, if we keep them on social media alone, it will not yield results. The truth is, even as we are having this press conference, if we don't take decisive actions by compiling all we have as evidence, it's quite surprising that we believe that everything we throw on social media are seen by the police. No. They will only see the ones they can see. Some they might not be able to even comprehend. And don't forget that there is court of social media. Sometimes the police will not want to meddle into all that. But whatever it is, that aspect, now that we are asking that higher police command should take over, it is not out of place if they revisit the case. Revisiting it within 2 weeks, they will crack it. As a matter of fact, phone forensic can still be done. Of course, there are also other things like digital evidence are still lying there. Don't forget that, toxicology is still in progress. And at the end of the day, this kind of complaint, we will take it in. The legal counsel, I believe that angle is also crucial. We can always include that. So maybe you should respond to that aspect, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will restrict myself to the legal aspect of it. We know this, we're talking of criminal investigation and prosecution in this matter. If it is civil, there's what we call limitation law. If I slap you, if I offend you in a way that you feel you should seek redress, if you don't do that within stipulated time under the law, you're right to seeking redress may be gone and gone forever. But in criminal matter, anytime fresh evidence is stumbled upon, then that's another cause of action as far as criminal prosecution is concerned. But don't forget, we can say so much, maybe under our roofs, in our rooms, in our closets, we can talk so much. We're saying this. Court is a court of law. Court of justice according to law. The evidence presented is what the court will rely upon in resolving issues. They don't forget, as a call, clarion call to the citizen, I want to address that too as well. If you are called upon to sit up and take care of your rights, in legal magazine said, equity will not lead indolence. You don't sleep over your rights. And we've done this for a long while. That we said it is a wise saying that wise man, that wise woman who keeps quiet in the period of moral crisis, they said others part of the earth should be reserved for him. If we are accessory to any evidence, in fact, that may prove and establish a case in court, definitely we should not spare it. It's even a criminal offense to withhold evidence from court. So if someone is having a report that is withholding, all these things are in the public domain. They may not be before the court, but I can assure you, no matter how fast force will be wrong, one day truth will catch up with it. Thank you, sir.
Are you satisfied?
Yes,
All right. Next question. Okay. State your name, please.
My name is Oyebanji Samson Olaiwaju. Gone are those days when we were following Chief Gani Fahimi of blessed memory. We enhanced our tentacles from all federations. But it seems the echoes of this justice for Mohbad presently now is being specialized or being enhanced in Lagos State. I don't know if you can do like this. Let us select each representative from NAS, from East, from North, from West, South, East, North, Central, all regions. You understand now? Let us find a day that people from the East will go to their own National Assembly state assembly from each state, from north to north. They are not clamoring for Mohbad now. They are clamoring for youth. You understand? They will write it in the language that they will understand. The Yoruba people from the west will write Orola Leda, Orola Leda. They will now take the placard in Yoruba to all state assemblies in Yoruba in west. People from the east also will take their own, similar to that. Then from north, then their government, Lagos State government will know that he has passed his boundary. When somebody can be saying, is it only Mohbad? If I want to be in that campaign, they should come and arrest me. I will slap that governor, and I will go to court. I will defend him. I will defeat him. Why is that? I'm paying tax. My grandfather is paying tax. He's a cocoa merchant. You understand? He was a cocoa merchant. My father is paying tax. He was formerly a railway officer. So if governor that is collecting salary, because he's not being governor on free mode, he's collecting salary. Where is he getting salary? It's not from the tax, from the VAT, from everything. Now saying that one to one, say, is it only Mohbad? So that means he's attesting that any of our brother's enemy, our son's enemy, can likewise die. You understand? So let us spread it to that, so that everybody will take placard. If there be a day like that, maybe if they are doing west, our own from the west, people from the north will be doing their own, people from the south will be doing south and east will be doing their own. But they will not enhance this as if it's a Yoruba issue now. It's an issue that emanated or that comes from a youth. You understand now? The Lagos, we know that breeze has blown, and hence this thing has been exposed to everything fell, and the thing full of so that is what I think that we have to oblige now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause. First and foremost, thank you. First and foremost, if we all could recall, the first protest that emanated from this Justice for Mohbad was widespread. It was felt in all the parts of the country and all over the world. And the funny reality is that we don't even have evidence then. We don't even have confession. We don't see something of a clue then. The only thing we saw was bent neck. Now that we have seen Adura coming out to express himself, and the funny part is this, let's be honest with ourselves. Whether Adura, whether Damola Aide, the Habib guy in court, they were both in the house when Mohbad passed on. If that case went on, one of them would go to prison. And now, under the Lagos State government and Lagos State Police Command, they want to settle that kind of a case. And yet, our own concern about the confession and the video will not be touched. And you want to accept that?
No.
And you think people in the north will accept that? And you think people in the east will accept that?
No.
Whether there is hunger, whether there is this, there is that in the country, the most important thing is that we want to live and we want to enjoy the time we have. If in our own country, the case of murder will be swept under the carpet, or will be getting the backing of the Nigerian police, and the government and political parties will be washing on, then we don't have a country here. Then you and I are not safe.
Yes.
And that is why you need to understand that these are the basic ideology that keep in the society so that we can be perpetually exploited. That is why every day, January to December, go to major embassies, foreign embassies. Nigerians will kill in front of embassies as if there is war in Nigeria. When will that end? One case will set the record straight and will free the nation. We are no longer kids in this country. And it is time for us to understand that the power of the people is sacrosanct. We need to come together. Like I said, we're going to be giving 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, and if there is no motion, there is no decisive action, then we will know and we can easily face and say to the entire Nigerian police, for now, we have utmost respect that, oh, maybe a section of the Nigerian police is compromised. It's possible, it can happen. But the authority of the Nigerian police, they have the ample opportunity to redeem that image now and tell those that are trying to hoodwink the Nigerian police name and integrity into this and say, don't do it. If there is anything the youth will frown against, if there is anything all the students in Nigeria will frown against, is that if the institution of the police will openly, blatantly support a murderer, there is no way that kind of police will cease to make sense even in the international community. Because all these games is becoming nauseating and it's preposterous. It's not acceptable. It's not making sense again. How can we report? I'm a citizen. How can I send with my hard-earned stress and money? Look at this case. Look at evidence sent to me. Details of how Mohbad died in a case you are doing. And suddenly they said, we are not going into that. To even harmonize the case become a problem. And that police station will still want to say, we are here to maintain law and order. How does that make sense? Is homicide case not part of law and order? If we fold our hands, we need to make it straight known to them that you might think it is going to be difficult for Nigerian people to revolt and demand for the right. But in this case, if I look, it's not about Mohbad. It's about my life, the life of your son, your daughter. Your daughter will have a lover. Anybody could fall in love with anybody and say, let me go and visit him in Kaduna. Let me go and visit him somewhere. Look at how parents toil and suffer on their children. And somebody will strangle that child and say, I'm angry, without recourse to your effort on your child. That is what they want us to accept as a society. They know Mohbad was killed in that house. They know it. And at the end of the day, they want to tell the public that we are irrelevant. That the Nigerian public, we don't even matter. That our lives means nothing. That they can use the tool of government and the institution of government. And I can tell you for free, this does not represent what the president of this country, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stands for. He is a Democrat. Trust me. Forget about everybody will say so many lies. Most of his political enemies, look at them. Those that betrayed him, those that they are alive. He still forgive them. He has simplified that you can disagree and then agree. If it was disagreement that happened between Mohbad and whoever took his life, why can't they spare his life? Why can't they learn from Asiwaju, from his political enemies? So what are you telling me? Nobody should use the name of a president to actually think he will support them taking the life of another person, not on their lives. So Mr. President, it is not our intention to eat the polity. Governor Babangida Sanwo-Olu, it is not our intention to eat the polity. But if you fail to listen to the yearning of the public and you're making it look like we are stupid, we are irrelevant, and not take decisive action with this new lead within 2 weeks, we will give times 3 of EndSARS. We will give times 3 of EndSARS. I will never back down. I will never back down. I can tell you for free, you all know me, I will never back down. I will go straight and I will stand, even if I'm standing alone. I will ensure I fight for the future of my children and the children of the other friends and other citizens and the old ones in this society. It is time for you to understand that the public gave you the power you are using. Yes. Without the public, there is no police. Without the public, there is no soldiers. Without the public, there is no governor. Without the public, there is no president. Why will you not listen to us in Mohbad's case? Why will you want to listen to criminals? And this is warning. I don't care your status or who you are. If you are part of a syndicate, aiding and abetting the person that took Mohbad's life, it is not just about taking the life. It is images, the scenes, and the activities surrounding it that we don't want in our society. Take your hands off if you care about your hard-earned reputation. Because the moment we get to know you are involved, before you take our lives, we'll end your relevance. God will come after you. The way Pharaoh went after the children of Israel and vanished in the Red Sea, all of you together, including your children, will never be relevant against in this country. We are going to be coming for you and we're coming with full force. We're not backing down. Thank you.
My name is Aja Kudirat Balogun Afeni Ontito. Mr. Yomi, may the Almighty God continue to guide you, bless you. You will not use your children for justice for me. By the grace of God, you are going higher, higher, higher. Nobody will kill you by the grace of God Almighty. People are with you, and I'm with you too. To me, please, Mr. Yomi, I want to just give you an advice. Why can't you write a letter to NGO, letter paper, to the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and state some things inside. Again, write another one to Governor Sanwo-Olu before that 2 weeks. When 2 weeks now end, then you know what to do, please. That's my own advice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. I want to believe that is a valid piece of advice, and I would do as you said, ma'am. In the next 3 days, we will ensure that this gets to the president. Trust me, like I said, the Nigerian police at the high level, higher than the Lagos State Police Command, they are already on the matter. But of course, anything can happen. You know, we just have to continue to do what is right and continue to speak. I'm not going to be writing off the protest because that is a language most political associations, you know, political parties and governments tend to listen to. And none of us will die. When we protest the first time for Mohbad, did anybody die? No. Was any public property looted? No. So why should anybody make it look like peaceful protest is not your right? Peaceful protest is fundamental human rights. It is a language of the oppressed. And that is what we are suggesting. But of course, that is a valid angle to it. We're going to be writing, and we will do exactly as you said, and I will put it on my social media that I've done it. I have the number of the special advisor to the president on media, and I will try and pass it to him and a few other persons in the presidency. The chief of staff to the president is an old student of Igobi College, which I'm also an old student, I cover. So chief of staff, if you're listening to me, up I see, say. We're going to be sending in a letter. Hopefully, they will react to it before that time. But trust me, Nigerian youths, Nigerian students, National Association of Nigerian Students, this is a clarion call. It is the future and the soul of this country. It is time for us to pass the message to the government. If this is what they want to use the Nigerian police to do, but hopefully, they will prove to us that that is not the case. But we have to set a date. I'm not backing down on the 2 weeks time, but I will do exactly as I said. And I want to believe within 5 days, they should be able to get the letter and respond to us, and we'll see positive reaction. So that is it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir.
Give her the mic. Where is the mic?
Where's the mic?
When you are asking questions, allow the mic to get to you before it's so that it can be taken properly.
Justice for Mohbad. Uncle Yomi, number one, Uncle Becky fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ́ ń ṣe. lórúkọ Jésù ayé òní and you will not be put to shame lórúkọ Jésù and the lawyers beside you sir I pray for you too sir the Lord will back you up lórúkọ Jésù iṣẹ́ yẹn ò ní sún yín. Sir, there is a question I want to ask and each time tí máa rántí question it bothers me a lot and it goes to what Wunmi said Mohbad's ex-girlfriend because me I will not say because Mohbad is late already. She said something. Ó ní kú tó yẹ kí Liam kú ní Mohbad kú. Yes sir. Ó ní kú tó yẹ kí Liam kú ní Mohbad kú. And they are not doing anything. If the wife can come out and set his son in his hand, in her hand, is emergency ìbò sọ lọ pàápàá. Wípé ìyí kú tó yẹ kí Liam kú ó ní ọkọ òun kú ẹni tó ń pè ní bàbá ọmọ. Then definitely resolve them patients. Uncle Yomi, my legal daddy and co. Please, can you say something about that? God bless you, sir. I want to mention my name, sorry. My name is Monjola Oluwa from God's Protection Platform on TikTok.
Thank you, madam. For that, if actually that one was said, there are some things you say that may not be taken against you. Anything, in fact, there are some actions you take that may not impute criminality on you. One of them is when you do something out of provocation. If this thing was said, possibly, I don't know at what form was that statement made. Now, excuse me, one thing we are saying, and I think it is still the same thing we are saying, this matter needs to be investigated. Investigation as it is now is still at the lowest end. For instance, the matter my colleagues was in court for today was at the instance of a petition written from our office. And when the petitioner, the complainant, when will he now become a
witness? Spectator. I'm a spectator.
Anyway, there is always a way around all those situations. When the chiefs are down, if my petition is not properly investigated, maybe there is a trial based on another petition, not at the instance of my petition. That my petition is kept in limbo. It is still alive. It will be later made reference to, and the petition will not die. It's either I withdraw it or it was invalidated. That no, this petition has no, it has no name of the petitioner, or there is no, if that one is not done, if a wishy-washy trial is put up based on that, then we will refer back to that. Now, on that statement and many other, don't forget I said, all these things, if they are not before the court, then they are not evidence. Yet, if they are before the court, then questions will be asked. When questions are asked, decision, opinion of the court will be drawn from it. And we will know if justice has been served or not. Thank you very much.
Mr. Yomi, good afternoon, sir. Firstly, my name is Importer Bright from Mohbad State. My name is Importer Bright from Mohbad State. I want us to question. Some of the cleanest trees, time of my boy, time of my party. Because that's what I should have to as my second, I don't mind with my chance at all. I don't stop it. Given the time you are starting, I thought we should end it. Thank you, God bless you.
All right. That's a very valid question. We protest, and you're protesting genuinely on your right. You know, it is expected that they want to say, okay, don't protest or go back in or all of that. One thing we will do is this. Let's put it this way. Maybe the first day, please, decorum. The first day, we might do daytime. We'll be strategic. That's a very good question. The moment will pick a date and announce that we're fighting. Even if you don't see me announcing, picture it that in the next 2 Wednesdays, in the next fortnight, if nothing comes up, whether I am alive or dead, whether I'm in prison or not, whether I'm in police cell or not, pick it up and fight for yourself and fight for this country. But the strategy you should look into, start with daytime. But please, if you pick a date, a time, if you say you want to converge 8 a.m., everybody should time themselves from their house. Know when and what time you get to that place by that 8 a.m. If it's going to take you 2 hours from your house before 8 a.m., leave 2 hours on time. If it's going to take you 15 minutes, leave 16 minutes. Everybody should arrive there at the same time. There is always a strength in numbers. Don't let them, if you converge in small units, police will be there and say, yeah, go. And if you are going to be meeting up in a place, converge in a place ahead of them. If you want to meet in, let me say in Olumoro, you might meet where probably on Itoko, this road, very close to Olumoro. I'm just giving an instance if you're in Abeokuta. So that way, we can start with for 3 days, daytime, 7 to 5 p.m. Day 1, day 2, day 3. If nothing is now done, then we have to start doing overnight. If after 7 days, nothing is done, then we have to tell all the public offices, governor's office, everyone, stay in your house. You are not representing us again. Because there is no way the government and the police will be boldly telling the public that we will cover up murderers. Injustice to one is injustice to all. This case of Mohbad is news-setting. Every parent, everybody wants to know what actually by Mohbad. You want us to go to bed without knowing. We want closure. It's not because that is where we're going to feed. Knowing what by Mohbad is already in our medulla oblongata. It's already in our it's a mental health issue. Because the picture we are seeing is still resonating. And the people in public authority are saying, go and flush your brain. We're not going to listen to you. We can't flush it. And the only thing that can flush our brain of Mohbad's case is justice. And I don't want to believe, they're going to leave us and allow us to, because it's our country. It doesn't belong to them. They are only custodians. We are all equal, we are all citizens. So let's start with 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. where necessary. Start with daytime. When for 3 days, nothing, then we'll start, going overnight. You understand? That's good, thank you. But don't involve violence. When police come, it's your right to protest. At this case, you're not even going to notify police again. They don't deserve our notification again. They don't deserve it because they are the one after us. Okay? So in this instance, we're not notifying the police again. If they do nothing, we will take to the street without recourse to them. And if they come to chase us, we will chase them back to their stations. If necessary, we'll chase them out of their stations. Go home. If you have failed in Mohbad's case, you are failing in most of all the cases, and we can't trust you. So the best thing is to regain and return the trust back if they care so much about the institution. Do you understand? So please do not entertain fear. Do not entertain you're going to die. God has never promised anybody that you're not going to die. But what are you going to die for? Die for something. Die for something. Stand and stand for something. That is when your life and existence will make meaning. They will keep taking our lives and they will keep using the public institution to cover up such acts because they believe, and when they go, they value and me alone protect life that you are not even promised to live forever. You are not guiding it. Don't kill me. I don't know. Who told you that even if you preserve that life, you will not stand for something and fight for your future? Trust me, none of us will die eventually. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. My name is Sumola Olajide, aka Onili Aloba, from ALORE TV official platform. I will be asking my question in Yoruba, and I think I want to ask the legal team. Thank you. Sir, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kí ló lè fà á nírú case báyìí tí àwọn èèyàn ti pariwo síta? 15 people ló wà nínú ilé yẹn as at the time tí kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀. Up till this moment, up till now, none of the 15 ni wọ́n detain. Ẹ̀sà ó dẹ̀ máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tá máa ń rí tó jẹ́ wípé tó bá jẹ́ bus stop lásán lèèyàn ti kú, even àwọn tó bá gbàgbẹ́ kọjá ọlọ́pàá máa rí ìdí wọn máa fọ́ wọn. So lórí eléyìí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò sí kankan nu wọn tán detain láti investigate? Ṣófin náà ni àbí ó ní nǹkan ní sir? Thank you, sir.
Yes, my name is Adam. I want to first thank the but we have been doing a very, very commendable job. At one point, we were calling our office and asking a lot of legal advice and then how to go about this case. Mo mọ̀ pé mátà yìí wọ́n àrẹ́sì àwọn suspect wọ́n máa suspect kan, and you know in any criminal matter they will be prime suspects. Prime suspect mean pé àwọn ilé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mú wọn because they are actually at the locus stagings níbi tí nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo wọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Even kó jẹ́ bàbá yòó, kó jẹ́ ìyá yòó, kó jẹ́ àbúrò ẹ̀gbọ́n, téèyàn kan bá ṣáà ti kú bí kan, gbogbo àwọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti di prime suspect torí pé wọ́n wà níbi tí nǹkan yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Now, in criminal justice administration, ó yẹ kó mú wọn, then thorough investigation should be done, very, very thorough. That's why in the United States of first world countries, you see a case file, once it is open, it is there for 40 years. Even so, insofar as they continue investigation, they have not made the iron cast evidence to charge these people to court or to prosecute them. The case file will continue to be open. Ó dìgbà tí wọ́n bá conclude the investigation lórí pé àwọn ti rí iron cast evidence, mean pé evidence tó jẹ́ pé nobody can discredit, even in court examination whatever, automatically pẹ̀lú ọ̀dẹ̀ máa gbà ọ̀dẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀. So eléyìí àwọn sound criminal justice administration nìyẹn. But Nigeria, a lot of, like Komina has said, a lot of things interplay, compromise and all that, corruption, so you cannot rule all these things, all these facets out. But where there is a sound criminal justice system, in fact, all these people will have to be investigated thoroughly, and the investigation should be concluded and charged to court. Justice in this case only requires three cardinal things: 1, thorough investigation; 2, arrest of suspects, crime and other suspects; then prosecution. Committed totally justice no matter any, and the convener is very, very key in that. It's not doing it for namesake or popularity. He's doing it genuinely. And when we have studied him, we have seen that it's a person that we can work with to achieve this goal. And that is why the aim is just justice. And we have written several letters, several petitions to the police, and the advice that has been given, we will also key into it. Like these people to make sure that justice is done. We're not going to be swept under the carpet. This thing, it just like, it will not be like a cloak in the night, which should be casted away. No. We are going to make sure that the objective is achieved and justice is done, not only for Mohbad, but for all and sundry. That's what we need. I don't know whether I've answered that question.
Yes.
importance to that, except we are deceiving ourselves. We've had high-profile matters, murders that are yet to be resolved. And even by layman standard, by the roadside, you will see that this thing appears non-convoluted, it is not difficult if you look at it. If a minister of justice in the country is killed,